Hello and a very warm welcome. In today's video we're talking Red Bull and are we seeing the decline of my most hated team? Red Bull, the whole outfit, I cannot stand it. McLaren are my team, Red Bull are my worst team, honestly. From Christian Horner to Dr. Marco to just constant, it's just unbearable, this team. You got to respect what they're doing. They've dominated Formula One for long periods with Sebastian Vettel. Last year they were unbelievable. But are we seeing the decline of Red Bull? They've not won a race since Spain. Mercedes are reeling off podium after podium, and they've won 3 races since Red Bull have not won. McLaren are very strong and favourites for the constructors. If McLaren don't win the Constructors, that is an absolute failure, in my opinion, because Perez doesn't score. But look at the decline of Red Bull. You got Christian Horner. All that news at the start of the season. He's been messing about with a colleague. Adrian Newey, the god of Formula One, leaves Red Bull. Is he going to retire? I still think he's going to Aston Martin. I really do. I think he wants to work with Alonso, and I think he's going to Aston Martin. I'd love him to come to McLaren, but I think he's going to Aston. Yeah, so Horner news, taking over, almost got the sack. Team principal, Adrian Newey leaves, Perez underperforming, a lot of nonsense going on. Yeah, and then you've got Jonathan Wheatley, who now is going to go to Audi. So a lot of big names are leaving. And is the biggest of them all going to leave? That won't go away about Max going to Mercedes. For some reason, I just cannot see that happening. It would feel so wrong, especially after Abu Dhabi 2021, and then Max drives a Mercedes. It would feel wrong. But yeah, Horner news, Newey leaves, Wheatley leaves, Dr. Marco controversial comments as always, Perez is underperforming, and Max could leave Red Bull. Red Bull will win the Drivers' Championship, but at the minute they're looking downfall. It's a mess at Red Bull. The car's not good, but Max is getting the best out of it. Perez is so inconsistent. He's out in Q1, fighting back through the field to finish 9th, 8th. His qualifying, his races are not good. Spa, he went from 2nd to 7th. Yeah, they don't like competition, Red Bull. They really don't. They panic. Yeah, Mercedes are good at the minute. I would say Mercedes right now, they're in team. They're the form team with McLaren. Ferrari are hit and miss. They're not consistent enough. But Red Bull, at the minute, not won a race in Spain. I do expect Red Bull to find form again. I expect them to win at the likes of Zandvoort. Yeah, Red Bull will find something. A lot of people said Red Bull were told to slow down to make F1 more appeasing to the fans. But it's too close in the constructors now. McLaren have got their favourites for the constructors. Perez doesn't score. You've got Piastri and Norris scoring on a regular basis. They've got to win the constructors. Red Bull look in a mess. I do believe they'll win the drivers. Max will win the drivers every day of the week. Every day of the week. I've said it, I'll go full Lando Norris kit if he wins the World Championship. It is never happening. Max will win the drivers. Even if Red Bull is still pants after the summer break, Max will deliver if it's a bad car. But we've seen signs of frustration by Max, especially at Hungary. He was out of order at Hungary. Well, you've bedded them tyres in. No, don't give me that shit. You've put me on a shit strategy and I've got to make up for your shit mess. He was very angry. All the rumours about him staying up till 3 a.m. to do sim racing, it's a nonsense. He's done that probably since his Toro Rosso days. I mean, they love to find headlines for no reason. But Red Bull, at the minute, they look in downfall. Newey's left. Wheatley's left. Is Max going to leave? GP follows him. Big names leaving. And Christian Horner still unbearable and looking like a hedgehog. Yeah. Red Bull, I mean, you love or hate them. I don't like them. I don't. Dr. Marco is unbearable. Christian Horner is unbearable. Oh, well done, Max. Oh, my Max. Jos Verstappen, we even forgot to mention Max's dad. He's not happy. Been very critical of Red Bull and Christian Horner. Yeah, we forgot to mention Jos. All is not well in the Milton Keynes camp. Are Red Bull in downfall? Comment down below your thoughts. I do believe Red Bull will win the drivers, but I'm saying McLaren are going to win the constructors. Yeah, I think Red Bull will be strong after the summer break. They'll start winning again, but at the minute they're in massive downfall. They don't look united as a team. Yeah, big names leaving. Wow, and probably all down to Horner and that nonsense at the start of the season.